You are not losing. You are investing in something your eyes haven't seen yet. You are not broke. You are being broken open, so the old can fall away and the flow can begin again. You are not being punished. You are being positioned, placed exactly where a miracle can reach you. Most people believe they're watching their money disappear, but what they're really watching is their belief at work. And belief always delivers. You get what you believe, not what you hope. You get what you declare, not what you fearfully avoid. You get what your emotional frequency sends out, not what your spreadsheets beg for. So when you say, "It's all gone again," or "I can't hold on to money," you aren't just describing reality. You're scripting the next scene. Because words are not casual. They are creative. They don't follow your world. They build it. So let this be your shift today. You are not losing money. You are sending it ahead, to prepare, to return, to multiply. Think of every dollar you've ever spent, not as lost, but as assigned. Assigned to your future home. Assigned to your next opportunity. Assigned to someone who will turn around and bless you beyond your asking. It may have left your hand, but it has not left your life. Because divine money does not vanish. It moves, it works, it circles, and when it's blessed, it always comes back. So the question is not, where is the money? The question is, where did you send it, and with what energy? Did you send it with fear? It will return with tension. Did you send it with guilt? It will return heavy. Did you send it with joy? It will come back smiling. Did you send it with faith? It will return with friends. This is spiritual circulation. This is the law of return. And whether you know it or not, you are practicing it every day. That's why today, you bless what you used to bury. You praise what you used to panic about. You speak over what you used to ignore. Because you're not handling cash, you're handling divine flow. And how you treat the flow decides what it becomes. When you say, "I'm not losing, I'm planting," everything shifts. You move from panic to power, from worry to wisdom, from defense to divine obedience. And that shift, even though it's invisible, shakes heaven. It realigns you with every dollar you thought you missed. It opens the door you didn't know you closed. It reorders your life to reflect your truth, not your trauma. So right now say this, "I do not fear letting go, because I never truly let go of what is mine by divine right. I release with joy. I circulate with trust. I send with praise, and it returns with overflow." Let that phrase live in your wallet. Let it echo in your fingertips every time you give. Let it guide every payment, every tip, every bill. You are not emptying yourself. You are proving your faith. You are making room. Because fear clutches, but faith circulates. And circulation is what multiplies. Even when it feels like nothing is coming back yet, say this, "My money knows the way." It is finding the fastest path to return. It is creating opportunities I haven't imagined. It is clearing blockages I didn't even see. And it is coming back, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Every spend become ascending. Let every transaction become a testimony. And let this be the day you stop calling it loss and start calling it launch. There is a grief we do not name. The grief of money lost, of chances missed, of wealth that came and went while we stood still, watching. We've buried that grief beneath logic. We've disguised it as self-blame. We've turned it into shame instead of sacred release. But the soul remembers. The soul remembers every moment you counted coins with trembling hands, every silent prayer in checkout lines, every canceled dream because the funds weren't there. The soul remembers, and still, it believes. Because the truth is, you were never abandoned by money. You were never truly robbed. You were being made. And now you're being remade. Every dollar that felt like a loss was part of a return too big to see. But it takes vision to trust that. It takes spiritual maturity to say, that money didn't leave me, it led me. It did not vanish, it planted. And its fruit is coming back. You see, most people don't experience lack because they are lazy. They experience lack because they're stuck in the energy of grieving loss, still mourning the money they spent, still punishing themselves for what they bought, still clutching the past with fists meant to carry the future. But how can you receive when your hands are full of regret? How can you call wealth forward when your voice is buried in shame? This is why divine wealth doesn't just require budgeting. It requires blessing. Not just managing your money, but ministering to it. Every time you say, I shouldn't have bought that, you shrink your energetic gate. You rehearse the absence. You multiply the feeling of fear. But every time you say, I send that money ahead with grace, you widen the gate. You shift the signal. You activate harvest. This is spiritual accounting. Not how much, but how deep. Not what's on the receipt, but what's in the spirit. Not how it looks, but how it flows. From now on, don't just ask, can I afford this? Ask, can I bless this? Because anything you can bless will bless you back. You bless it by intention, by alignment, by choosing peace over panic. Even if the world calls it wasteful, you can call it worship. Because to spend with peace is sacred, to circulate with joy is divine, to release with faith is power. Every payment, every donation, every decision that used to bring guilt now becomes a signal, a vibration, a declaration. I am no longer ruled by fear. I am led by divine law. My money obeys the truth, not the trauma. And every dollar I send returns. Now pause. Place your hand over your chest and whisper this with breath. I am not losing. I am releasing. I am not lacking. I am launching. I do not cling. I command. Let it sink in. Let it rewrite the stories. Let it heal the hesitation. Because money does not just flow toward effort. It flows toward energy. And your energy has changed. You're no longer begging for proof. You are becoming it. There is no such thing as money leaving you for good. It is a form of energy meant to circulate and flow. When you give, you create space for the divine to multiply it in your life. Trust in this eternal truth. Let your heart be open to its blessings. Only money obeying a law you may not yet fully see. You are not at the mercy of the market. You are not waiting for luck. You are not hoping for miracles. You are the miracle in motion. And the moment you realize you are the sender, not the victim, everything starts returning. There is a divine rhythm to wealth. It doesn't come in straight lines. It doesn't follow calendars. It follows belief. It follows identity. It follows bold obedience. Because wealth is not about what you have. It's about what you host. And when your mind becomes a host for truth, lack has nowhere to land. So here's the secret most never learn. Money is not here to test your budgeting skills. It's here to test your ability to believe when nothing shows. Because that is when you signal faith. That is when you circulate with conviction. That is when you become magnetic. Not because of what you say, but because of who you are being. You no longer swipe in fear. You swipe in prophecy. You no longer give with pressure. You give in praise. You no longer wait for evidence. You speak it into existence. I send this money into divine circulation. It returns through unexpected channels. It gathers interest in unseen places. It blesses others, then boomerangs back, multiplied in peace. You are not funding fate. You are commanding flow. And that shift from loss to launch, from fear to flow, from counting to commanding, is what places you among the few who rise. Others panic, you praise. Others hoard, you host. Others doubt, you declare. So let today be different. Let today be sacred. Let today be the day you stop asking, "Where is the money?" and start affirming, "It's exactly where I sent it, and it's working." Because some of your money became someone's answered prayer. Some of your money opened a door you'll walk through in a year. Some of your money fed the very energy that will feed you in return. And even what was stolen, what was wasted, what was spent in fear, can be redeemed. That's the beauty of divine law. Nothing is too far gone. Nothing is too lost. Nothing is too late. Say this now. Every dollar I've ever touched finds its way back to me, transformed by truth, upgraded by grace, and overflowing with supply. You are not a passive recipient. You are a conscious sender. You do not live in random outcomes. You live in divine return. You are not watching your money disappear. You are watching your faith direct the flow. Let's pause here. Feel this truth in your body. Let it settle. Let it soften the old fear. Let it replace the old programming. There comes a moment in every spiritual walk where you stop reacting to what's missing and start responding to what's coming. This is that moment. You are no longer under the illusion of lack. You are under divine law. And divine law does not lose, it leads. Money no longer controls your emotions, you do. Bills no longer steal your peace, you anchor it. You don't shrink to survive, you stretch to overflow. Because you finally understand. The only wealth that lasts is the wealth you command in the spirit before it arrives in the bank. Say this now, not softly, but like someone who knows. Every dollar I've ever spent was not a loss, but a seed. Every gift I've ever given is gathering interest in places I cannot see. Every moment I trusted, even while afraid, has built me a foundation that will never fall. This is what sets you apart. This is what separates the chosen from the chasing. You don't need to run after money, because money is already returning. Returning with interest, returning with grace, returning with instructions. You are not waiting on your harvest. Your harvest is waiting on your instruction. And here is your instruction. From this day forward, bless your money. Bless your choices. Bless your circulation. Every time you give, speak increase. Every time you spend, speak multiplication. Every time you tithe, speak divine return. Because when you speak, heaven listens. You've spent enough years grieving what left. Now spend your days commanding what returns. You've spent enough time chasing supply. Now become the source of the signal. And that signal is not a scream. It's a certainty. It's a stillness. It's a sentence that lives in your bones. Nothing good ever leaves me for good. Every dollar I send becomes a river back to me, and I never spend again. I send, I sow, I circulate. Repeat it now, and let this become your rhythm. I do not spend money. I send it ahead. I do not lose wealth. I launch it into my future. I do not cling. I command. And every dollar I release returns multiplied. You don't need perfect timing. You need perfect trust. You don't need more hustle. You need more harmony. You don't need to force. You need to flow. And you're doing it. You're already doing it. Just by hearing this, feeling this, breathing this in, you've changed the signal. Now keep sending. Keep sowing. Keep speaking. Because money isn't leaving you. It's just waiting for your voice to call it home.